Decided to try the Guardian how to fold a face mask without sewing. I'm supposed to use a coffee filter, but you could use a paper towel. And then I guess you just go like this, and you go like this. So now this, tuck it in. It says tuck it in, maybe like, just like that. Something like that. I guess technically this works, huh? Some adjustments, but just have to cover your face, right? I guess that's what they mean though, huh? But why not just go like... If you maybe something. This makes much more sense. I don't get it. Why wouldn't you just do this? What was all that shit with the fucking rubber bands? I got the paper towel right in here. Boom. It's popping. Maybe they don't want people looking like bandits, but yeah, you can just fold this up. Whatever. So Governor Cuomo is sending direct missives to the Nextdoor accounts. Nextdoor, and what's that other one? Where they tell you what police reports are happening around the block. I just saw an article about Gimme Coffee Shop closing down. These coffee shops that have been in Brooklyn for a long time, but small. I've always wondered how you can have a coffee shop in this city. A coffee is like $3. A lot of stores are going to be shutting down, but also a lot of stores who might have are going to use this as an opportunity to shut down permanently. Strand Bookstore will reopen unless they're doing some deal right now to sell the whole thing. I mean, they're closed indefinitely. It must be extremely hard for a coffee shop to close indefinitely. These interesting places are going to disappear from the city. There'll be more vacant storefronts. It's going to be weird once we start going out. We'll start to see other people. It's like now the spaces are vacant of people and of stores. But when we're all out and about again, there'll be tons of people, but these stores will still be eerily vacant because these whole neighborhoods are just shutting down. And it's the smaller, more esoteric firms which will not reopen. A lot of vacant storefronts. New York City's already full of them. Just regular real estate. Everyone around here just fled a couple weeks ago. If they had a place to go elsewhere in the country where they're from, came to this city as an NYU student, etc., just vacated back home. If you don't have a strong enough foundation here, then it's hard to stay here. I don't know what those people are going to do in the long run, what their plan is, but I would wager that many of them will stay where they are and maybe reconsider the life they were trying to build. Or stay more home with their families. Bond. Anyway, their apartments are going to be vacated and New York real estate will open up again. Maybe the price of housing will go down because the supply and demand will be all out of whack. In, I guess, August, we're supposed to do a large gaming convention, sell Game Boys and retro shit. There's also one we were going to do on Father's Day in the city, 2 months from now, I guess. But even if, we can't just as a society jump back into these large events. Like we can't. Like that would be silly, right? I mean, there would have to be screenings maybe at the door, temperature checks. I mean, to just have a sort of recreational event like this. When do those start up again? It's gonna have to be a while before those things can happen. Because if one person has it, the whole thing starts over again. We can't just ease up right away. So that's going to also affect much larger venues, and even things like the Aerospace Museum, where that Long Island Retro is held, depends on, I guess, revenue from these events to stay operational. But without that, who knows what will happen to them? That's why we need people like, hey, Jerry Seinfeld, get in touch with the Roosevelt Field Aerospace Museum, whatever that's called, on Long Island. Make sure they stay afloat. Maybe you're doing something already. Whoever is, great. But rich people, come through. The fuck?